Here I am going to consider some additional problems on simultaneous equations, and I will solve some, and I will use some of them as an exercise here. Now I would like to consider additional problems or additional examples. Now I am listing out two problems here. Out of these two, I will solve the first one. Let the age of Ani be X years and that of Biju be Y years. Now can say, but it is given that, but the difference between the ages of Ani and Biju is 33 years, and therefore either X minus Y is 3, that is X is greater than Y. If Ani is older than Biju, or it might be true that Y minus X may also be true because X is less than Y. In this case, we can say X is less than Y. X is less than Y. I mean, Biju is older than Ani. In either these case, what is there is, now we will consider case by case. The case X minus Y is equal to 3. I mean, Ani is older than Biju. The age of Ani's father, Dharam, is twice as old as Ani. That means Dharam's age is 2x. But Biju is twice as old as his sister Kathy. I mean here, but Biju's age is twice as old as his sister Kathy. Therefore, Kathy's age is half Y. That is, Y is a Biju age. Biju age is twice the age of Kathy. It means Kathy's age is 1 by 2 into Y. Now, also it is given that ages of Kathy and Dharam is differ by 30 years. I mean, here, therefore, 2x is the Dharam's age, and half Y is Kathy's age, and that is the difference is 30 years. 30 years. And therefore, I can write down 4x minus Y equal to 60. I will call this as equation 2. Now, we can write down this as from 1 and 2, we can write down from 1 and 2, we have x minus y equal to 3, 4x minus y equal to 60. Okay, and now observe the coefficient of y are one and the same, so we will subtract these in one another. So minus, plus, minus. That is going to be y is going to getting cancelled, and this is a minus 3x equal to minus 57. Okay. Therefore, what is going to be? My 3x is equal to 57, and this implies x is equal to 57 by 3 equal to 19. X is 19. That is, substituting this value, of x in equation 1, we get what is that? 19 minus y equal to 3 implies that y equal to 19 minus 3. 19 minus 3 is a 16. 19 minus 3 is a 16. And therefore, Ani's age is 19 years and Biju's age is 16 years. That clearly shows that Ani is older than Biju. Now consider the case where Biju is older than Ani. I mean, x is less than y. The case x is less than y, then y minus x is equal to 3. This I can write down, this as that is minus x plus y equal to 3. And anyway, by the equation 2, that remains the same. So 4x minus y equal to 60. And this, adding these two, we will get 3x and y are going to get cancelled, is equal to 63, and hence x is equal to 21. And putting this value, substituting this value in the equation minus x plus y equal to 3, we get, what is that? Minus 21 plus y equal to 3 implies y equal to 24. Now I mean Biju is older than Ani. This implies Biju's age is 24 years. And Ani's age is 21 years. And therefore, Biju is older than Ani. Now the question is, what happens if Kathy age is twice the age of Biju. That is, if twice the age, Kathy's age is equal to twice y. Now in this case, my question is, in this case, who is elder? Who is elder among Ani and Biju, or who is older? This is the question. I will leave it as an exercise about this question. Additional remark. The second example is concerned. It is taken from Bhaskaracharya's Bijganita. That is Bhaskaracharya, who lived during 12th century, that too in Bijapur, now present day Vijaypura, and where in both Lilavati and Bijaganita he solved various types of equations, namely equations in one unknown, equation in two unknowns, I mean simultaneous equation, quadratic equation, equations in more than three unknowns, two, I mean 3, 4, etc. A lot of problems regarding equations he has dealt with in Bijaganita as well as in Lilavati. Now the second example which I have taken here, that is from Bijaganita, that is example 2 that we have considered for the solution. Here I am giving only hint. First person, let us say, first person capital is X, and second person person's capital is Y rupees. Let us say the first says if the second from the data, if the second gives 100 to the first, if second gives 100 to the first, then first person's capital will be X plus 100, and second person's capital will be y minus 100. And the first, at this juncture, the first one is going to be twice the second one, that is x plus 100 equal to twice the y minus 100. And this you can consider 1, and at the second instant, the second one says at second instance, if x gives only 10 to y, 10 to first person gives only 10 to the second, then the first person's capital will be is going to be x minus 10, and second one's capital will be y plus 2, and therefore, and this is going to be y plus 2 is equal to how many times? 6 times more than first person x minus 10. And if you take this one, solve 1 and 2, you will get the solution. This is the hint which I have formed the linear equation into variable, and I will leave the solution for solving these two linear equations.